Cyprus is a small island located somewhere mid Asia and Europe. I'm actually talking from the northern part, precisely the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus has about a population of 300,000 persons. Mm, as a student in Northern Cyprus, like student life in any other part of the world, is usually not very easy. As we all know, student life is not easy due to the challenges of maybe, say, working and studying. Like, people need to support themselves while working and studying, so it's usually not very easy. So Cyprus is not an exception.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my hustle. It's not much, but it's hustle. I mean, the world is tough, it's difficult, but like you see, we have to hustle. Hustle every day and help us pay the bills. But we have to do it because, I mean, hustle is hustle. Just what you do to help take care of yourself. Yeah, so as you can see, washing ties is my hustle. It's more of a hobby, but it's a hustle to me. So, this is what I do every day, and this is what I've been doing every day for 6 years now. My hustle, my job, my passion. I love it. I do it every day. It's difficult, but no regrets. Hustle is hustle.
to worry about the security in Cyprus because it is quite safe to live in. Can I join you guys? Okay. Just you don't know. Oh, okay. Let me put it this way. I just wanna use your ball for like 50 seconds. Seconds. Yes, 50 seconds. Thank you. Just be counting. Okay. No, okay, come and play with me. You go the other way. Yeah. I don't know play. I don't know play volleyball. You won't? When I mess owner. Why don't you wanna play? Why?
Wow, we are in Cyprus where we say we came for greener pastures, but actually what we heard back home, that in Europe many things happen. In Europe things are made possible, but we are in Europe where things are difficult. I'm in North Cyprus exactly, where we worked. I, for instance, have been working in a restaurant where for a day I work 8 hours for a day, and yet I've not been paid for the jobs I work for. Like for per hour you worked 8 hours in a day, per hour they are paying you 80 TL. You suspect that for a month you are expected to have 2,500 TL for a month. It's about 250,000 in CFA. But you are expected, by the time you finish that job for a month, you are expected, you have things back home, you have family, you have relatives, you are expected, much is expected from you. Yet the money you are expecting from there, they will either give you 1/3 or 1/4 of that money, which is nothing. You have bills, you have house rent to pay, you have your school fees, because here we came as students. You see, life is not really possible because to make ends meet is not really easy. Back there we are women, and for us to cope with life, we women, we like go after boys, others will try making ends meet. They'll have to engage into other sociocultural. On the side of the boys, they don't have jobs to do as many others. Some of the boys do construction, they will carry their pride. They say they don't want to do restaurant business because they are men. They are scared that women will see them. Like you have a girlfriend on the island, you're scared that you are going to do a restaurant business somewhere and you see your girlfriend passing along the road and you're claiming, after you have claimed for, you told your girlfriend, I'm working somewhere, why your girlfriend will see you at the restaurant? You know all these things with pride. So it's not really easy. We come back again, school too, the means of transportation for us is not easy because the distance from your house to school is not really easy. Then you go to school, you learn, on coming back, you keep late night because you're waiting for the bus to carry you back home. From your school to your house is a distance. Like if you're in Cameroon, you know what I'm talking of, from Kumba to Boya is the distance you traveled from where I am to my school, is the distance you covered from Kumba to Boya. So you really see it's not easy. So we find it very difficult to make ends meet. But yet we say we are in Europe, and yet our parents are expecting from us. Yet our siblings back home depends on us. And finally, we really say we are in Europe. I bet you, it's not really easy. When you see others going to Europe, you see others going to America, they are going there to work. They mean business. You don't just go and pick money from somewhere or go to the cabin and pick money from there that is being kept by someone. If you're going to Europe, have at the back of your mind that you're going for business. You're going to work. You are not just going to sit and let others work for you and give you money and you just sit and say, no, I'm in Europe. I really encourage the youth to get engaged into activities. Things like there are some people with talent. You have to, like hairdresser. For me, I can do hair, and my sister too can also do hair. So we do that to earn meet. We do people's hair and they pay us for us to earn a living. And there are many other things that you can do out of your hand. Act and craft you can do in order for you to earn to make life a better place for you. So I really encourage the youth, rather than you depending on other boys or other means, or depending on your parents back home that they have really scratched everything, make sure that you travel out of the country. And coming here, you still expect them to send you pocket allowance, while there are some mineral jobs you have to do to earn a living. I really encourage us, the youth, to really try and engage into something rather than sitting at home being lazy, doing nothing, and saying that there is no job, there is no job. Those are flimsy excuses. Thank you very much.
What is your experience about life in Cyprus? Some of the challenges.
My experience anyway, as it is a sad one, because I didn't think this is how life is going to look like in Cyprus. Like I have the impression I'm going to school, and I'm going to school is I'm going to Europe in school to study. So I'm going to get a good job that I'll be doing while studying will help me pay my rent, my fees, and a lot more things. Like also send some money back home. But right here, that's not the case. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm doing construction in Cameroon. I don't think I'll do something close to this even. But I just need to go to the street to make something out. So I have no choice. I'm working here. Like you work here, you don't have a student work permit. Police comes here, they tell you need to hide. If you don't hide, police catch you, have a fine to pay. That's all your responsibility. And again, you cannot, the money they are paying you, if you don't struggle to save and just sacrifice all you have to even pay your house rent, your school fees, and even to feed yourself, as a matter of fact, it's a very serious issue right now. Like the money for the permit have increased. That's not how it used to be. And we have no other choice than we just have to pay to keep living here. We have to pay all this. Again, you do all this all day, all night, and then it's like life is very easy. As a matter of fact, life is very difficult. And people back home, as a matter of fact, we want you to give something. Obviously, we should, but life is very difficult. We are really wishing that they knew that this is how life is difficult, that sending money, that's our wish. That's what we want to do. But because we have to keep living here, we have to finish what we came for. It's so hard on us right now. Yeah, you work here, no health insurance, nothing. If you have an accident here, it's your problem. Nobody cares about that. You see, and they just ordering you around. People that don't even need to stand, they just order you around, do this. You just have to calm down yourself, because you know what you're doing. So life in Cyprus is like hell. I think Cameroon should be 10 times more better than this, I think so.
So can you advise somebody to come here?
Obviously, on the basis that you're coming to study, you have somebody sponsoring you to come here for education, I would say yes. But if you come here with the intention to hustle and study yourself, my answer is no. Yeah, because for me here, like I've been working here for 2 months now. I think with the nature of job, comparing what I've done, I think this one is a little more better. It's not really stressful. It's just carrying things up and down and all that, sweeping and all that. But it's okay. It's okay. We just have to move on because this is not a bus stop. Like we just want to get something from here and then we keep moving. I think that's it. So we don't have a problem. We just pray we succeed. We have the patience. That's it. For studies, if you're coming here particularly for studies and you have a sponsor who is ready to support you, to sponsor you from everything, like we mean sponsoring you your school fees, your rents, and then your feeding money, I would say yes. But if you don't have such, you have somebody paying your school fees, you have to take care of your housing, your bills and all that, I'm not sure you're going to make it there. Like, it will be real difficult. That's what we're facing. Like, a lot of people have no choice. They have to be illegal because they have to look for a way to survive and all that, which is not correct. And a lot of them migrate to South seeking asylum, which was not even their aim. It's just because of things like that. But for education, you have a good sponsor. I would say yes, but less from that. You want to come here for hustle? My answer is complete no. I will not advise anybody to do that.
About Cyprus, Cyprus is a small island, and I've been here since 2017. And looking at how Cyprus is, I think is a whole lot of so much about Cyprus, but one of the most challenging thing about the island is maybe the the student policy. The policy, because one of the laws states that students are not supposed to work. For me, looking at that policy is like a game of politics, because in other sense they know that the workforce here is mostly students, but now they don't want to officially make it that student can work for their own reasons. But it's not fair, because there's no job site you go, you will not see black student working there, and they pay them. Let me say what they give them is just like out of pity, because normally they are not supposed to earn that kind of little money, but they are still the same students are expected to pay their school fees in euro, dollars. Some students even pay houses in pounds and all that, and they can't really work in a place like this. And being that most of the occupants here and maybe international students, they are foreigners, so making it really difficult. It's really difficult for some of us who have come here to study, because why? Looking at the situation back home, for an African parents, knowing that your child is out of the country, they're expecting a lot from you, but you can't meet up because you have a lot of things to cater for, maybe your fees and your house rent. So it's really, I think it's really, really a tough site for us, but whereas it's a good place to study, because I can say maybe their education and maybe the economy is less expensive as compared to other countries. But I think it will be much better if they can create an atmosphere where students have their working hours, maybe recognize international students and give them the opportunity to work. Yes, it will be very great. I think if they can work on that aspect, that would be amazing. Then I think there another aspect which students are really suffering is maybe the housing condition, like house rent and the contracts and all that. First thing, their contracts are mostly in Turkish, not in English, which is already a problem. You are signing what you don't know you're signing. And sometimes the way the landlords behave, you enter a house and they say they're coming to renew it, they will never come. After collecting your money, you stay there, they don't renovate, everything is just at a standstill. And the way some landlords relate with their tenants is very, very funny, because first of all, we international students, we pay very, very huge amount, very, very expensive as compared to their citizens, and still then we are not treated right in all this. So I think it's really challenging. Like, I've heard crazy stories about landlords and their tenants, which is really, 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 really funny. So I think the government really have to see into this, because I think we are all human beings, and it's for the betterment of the country. Because looking at the years to come, this place is going to be very, very big, and they will speak English, because we have universities in English and we have Turkish students studying. In the long while, they'll be speaking English. So if they can make these laws favorable to international students, I think if students can have their working time, working procedures and all that, so that, because some students go to work and They work like for 2 months, they are not paid simply because they said students are not supposed to work. Whereas they know that they are working and they are building their houses, infrastructures and all that. So I think it's not fair for me. Left to me, the government should put up policies that will work for international students. Yeah, as we have in other countries, and it's working. If you can work in US, which US is very populated, and people are still making money, people are still going to school on scholarships and so many more. I think Cyprus is a very small place. If these laws could be put in place, I think it will be a better place for all of us. It will reduce maybe the crime rates, because many landlords are complaining that Africans are destroying their houses because of all these things, because they don't want to listen to them. And some people now in the term of like payback, that's the only way they can pay them back, maybe destroy before going and all that. Yes, so if they can arrange these things, we'll make North Cyprus a better place for everyone. Thank you so much.
Hello, good evening. My name is Lydia and I live in North Cyprus. I've lived in this country for 1 year and a month, and it has been a great experience living here. Challenging, but very great, because there's no experience which you take out as not good. We learn from all our experiences. So working in Cyprus, if you ask, well, okay, finding a job in Cyprus, in North Cyprus, is not particularly very easy. But when you get a job, you get paid, and the money is good. I would say from my point of view, it's good. My experience, when I got here for the first 8 months, I could not find a job. It was tough because I was full-time student. I went to school almost every day. And when you're looking for a job and going to school every day, nobody will give you a job. They want you to be there when you're needed. So I could not find a job those months. But then when around the month of May, when I was done with my exams, I got a job at a place called Castle. Castle is a very beautiful area in a famous town in North Cyprus called Famagusta. So I found a job at a restaurant in that place, and it went well for a while, but afterwards the boss, who is a man from Turkey, he wanted to have an affair with me, and of course that was not possible. So I had to quit that job, and finding another job again became a challenge. But as things will go and as God will have his way, I found one at a very prestigious hotel called the Concord Luxurious Resort here in North Cyprus. And I worked at that hotel from the month of June till September. From the month of June till September, the job was very good. I got a nice salary. It was very great. And the job had to end because these hotel jobs, they come with season. When it's summer, guests visit the hotel, and then when it gets to winter, there are no more jobs. So that's how my job ended, and I began school again. And after that, I'm still seeking a job, which I found one at a farm, picking olives, harvesting olives, and packing them in bags. The money is also good, and I'm grateful that I could find a job like that. So, in few words, I'll say working in Cyprus, it's a challenge, but then if you have the strength and the stamina to work, like to go job hunting, and if you find a job, you can be on your feet for 8 to 12 hours, then you're good to go. You will survive in this country. So if you have plans of coming to the north of Cyprus, you're welcome. You will meet beautiful people like myself who are going to take you around and help you find a job, orientate you on what to do and what not to do. It's a beautiful country. I know many of you have questions because you've heard a lot about North Cyprus, but I would recommend you to come if you want to leave home, if you want to leave Cameroon, Nigeria, or whichever country you want to live, and come to this other part of the world. I'll recommend you to pass through North Cyprus, because in this small country you will learn a lot which will help you survive in all the other big countries you plan to go to. You're welcome, and be blessed as you come to North Cyprus. Bye.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Emmanuel Chenyi. I've been here for the past 22 years. I came here initially as a student and went through a first degree, master degree, and a PhD program. After a couple of years of studies, I decided to sit down and set up my own business, to be an entrepreneur, because I realized that with studying I had acquired the right foundation to put it into any platform of my choice. So business is one of the platforms that I decided to portray this education. And for the past 5 years, I've started from a student to what I am today. The first challenge when I came here was that of finance. Being a student, it was difficult to accommodate my finances at that time, and coming from a very poor background, I needed to be able to complete my education and at the same time take care of myself. So that was the first challenge, and I decided to work hard, get good grades, earn a scholarship that in turn paid for my education. So that's how I managed to educate myself. But after educating yourself, you still find out that you are left with the challenges of life. And the challenges of life means get a family, get a house, get a car, and then how do you get that? So I started thinking, and the only way and the only option was to take my education into a business platform, which I started doing import-export. I did journal editing. I also did computer sales. I did a lot of many other things just to put one and two together, and initially some of them failed, but those that prevailed, I continued with them. When you come to Cyprus, people tell you it's impossible. You cannot achieve anything. You cannot move forward. You cannot do anything. And this is not only true of Cyprus, it's true of everywhere. But I think one thing that I understand is you should have that belief in yourself. You should always have hope and don't give up. Even when you think everything is gone, there is still always the light at the end of the tunnel somewhere. So don't easily give up, and in going into any business, sit down carefully, think your ideas, work it out. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to learn from other people. Even when you think you know something, there must be one or two things that you miss. And talking to people and getting help from others is an education in its own. So with that continuous process of learning, I'm sure you will always succeed in everything that you do. So it is that hard work and determination that will determine what you will be. So I think a lot of people, when they come here, it's very easy for others to crush that dream. It's very easy for others to convince you, oh, it hasn't worked, I don't think it will work. Of course, some of them might be saying because of experience, but you have to hear their story to learn from where they failed to be able to succeed as well. So it is through that process that you can actually build up yourself and then be who you are. So it's not just that it doesn't work. It works. And if these people here could make it work for them, then a lot of us from Cameroon and Africa and things, we can as well make it work for us. Okay, thank you.